What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another react. You know the reacts don't lack. We are going back to back. We got us a reaction to one of the GOATs, Devontae the One. Feel me? Y'all was really messing with the react before to the core, John. You feel me? You know, we're gonna be talking about one of my favorite shows, DMC. I'm still yet to watch the Netflix version, the new one. I was waiting for it to finish. I'm gonna catch up to it probably like this weekend. I'll try. Don't hold me to that. But yeah, before we start, make sure y'all boys like. When y'all subscribe, make sure y'all hit that bell. Hit that bell. YouTube be selling. You better hit that bell. No disrespect, YouTube, but they gotta hit that bell. On Twitch, hit that bell as well. Because if you do not, you're gonna miss the movement. And I'm just trying to keep my boys up to date. Y'all know I mess with y'all. Y'all some jive turkeys. Without further ado, make sure you do 3 good deeds today. Make sure you comment to help use one of those good deeds to build the community. And without further ado, let's get into the video.
Okay, I just want to ask y'all something before I start anything of this peak franchise. How many of y'all, when this new Devil May Cry 2025 intro played, recognize this song? Limp Bizkit, rolling. Sir. Okay. Now, how many of y'all right after was scrolling on YouTube and got this video in your recommended?
Yes, sir.
Insane. Crazy, right? The intro for Devil May Cry 2025 was foretold 16 years ago by some random. Bruh, I found this video on accident while me and my brother was in Discord reminiscing on old WWE game soundtracks from back when we were kids in the early 2000s. I didn't even know this video existed. Whoever it was that did this video, my brother or sister, you have a personal invitation to the cookout ready to be delivered to your doorstep as we speak, because you right now are Himothy or Hermithy. Also, just to clarify, I grew up on the original DMC games in 2007 anime, not so much the manga, and I look.
Yeah, I'm trying to watch the 2007 anime. Haven't really read the manga either, and I've played like DMC 5, 4. Yeah. If y'all want, we get into that on stream. See, I really like had a soft spot because I wasn't into games earlier on. 1, because I was so young, but 2, because I was on PlayStation. So what I really want to do is go back and like watch some of those. Yeah, I also didn't have internet. I want to go back and play some of those games, get into like the lore of like the DMC series, your Sonics, your Legends of Zeldas. You feel me?
Looked up if this new DMC was canon to the main timeline. Did a little bit of research. I have no freaking clue. If it is, cool. If it isn't, fine. I ain't losing sleep over an alternate adaptation. But if you do, that's your prerogative, and I accept your frustration, because I definitely will show mine later in this video. Devil May Cry 2025.
Sonic.
Yes, sir. As soon as I heard the news, it had me barking like a dog waiting on his master at the door. Because this ain't just an anime.
It mean everything to me.
It's chaos. It's a religious experience. It's peak emo energy. I'm willing to bet every dollar inside my grandma's bank account that it'll awaken something inside of you. Probably your inner 2006 self who used to wear fingerless gloves yelling jackpot at random Big Mama cookouts. When the 2007 anime dropped, I was hyped then, and a brother's hyped now. The hair, the guns, the demonically tight leather pants. I was just happy to see Devil May Cry back in anime form, starring the legend himself. Back at it like a crack addict, Mr. Violence in a coat, looking like he ain't aged a day since 2001, and still somehow paying rent by killing demons and making sarcastic one-liners. Like, look at this man. Red coat, still flapping. Chest, still out. Hair, still defying physics. Even though I wish they started out with his original hair. Still flexing, still stepping. In a world of budget cuts and anime dads, Dante remains the most aura-farmed uncle at Big Mama's barbecue. And yes, Virgil is in it. You'll know it's him when the screen turns blue, classical music starts playing, and you might hear a storm approaching. Next thing you know, somebody gets belittled, then catches a clean cut to their entire body in half a second before the sword is even unsheathed. Golly. Talk about adding insult to injury.
That was tough. Tough crowd.
Yes. Man, I love how he just reminds his opponents of how pussy they are before he slices their entire body in half. So poetic.
I need more power.
Bro only speaks in bars. We all do, King. All right. Now that I've successfully made you laugh and giggle, not me. What the? Hey, shut your lame ass. Now that I've successfully made you laugh and giggle, it's time for me to make that brain clap and jiggle.
What?
Yeah, dude. What the fuck?
Halfway through the season, it ain't take me long enough to notice a couple things that changed and officially made this series different from the 2007 DMC. Because initially, I thought it would be a continuation of the 2007 anime, the same series linked back to the games. Just to find out, no, it's not. I think all of us OG fans had our smiles slowly turning into RBFs as the episodes went by. The plot, different. The characters, different. The action and animation, rightfully so actually, different. I actually believe, alongside the actual good writing of the main antagonists like Baines and the Rabbit, the many tributes that paid homage to the past games and DMC series, that the action and animation was a major factor that saved it from the big bad fan base ready to blow its house down. Like, we already know DMC story lore and compelling characters aside is known for its over-the-top action, and that's exactly what the Netflix DMC delivered. Fantastic action sequences drenched in high-quality animation. Like, bruh, it had no business looking this good. It's like the animation team pulled up like they got beef with other studios. Mappa, Ufotable, Bones, everybody can catch these hands. They had Dante out here smiling while committing war crimes. Bro really think he in a Nike commercial. Clearly, the animation team's been animating at 60 frames per second so they can clock out early and devil trigger a single whack because they like doing hood rat stuff with their friends. Literally, every episode's beautiful. Every frame's a desktop wallpaper. Except that one scene where Dante's face looked like...
Nah, trust. Peak wallpaper right here. You feel me? For my boy Two-Face and Deadpool.
Like it was melting off. Ooh-wee. Probably a homage to the classic PS2 graphics. Am I mad?
Fuck no, baby.
Am I gonna blow the little pig's house down after this? No. Maybe. Because even though the Netflix version took a big fat axe, butchered some characters, and isn't directly tied to the natural lore of the series, I genuinely felt like both shows were still great to watch, especially if you're not an OG fan. But I ain't finna sit here and act like they both didn't have two major flaw differences along with some other differences that held them back both from reaching peak greatness. For example, number one, the 07 one had a budget problem, but the writing was still true to the original lore and characters. The absence of that Munyon made a big difference, which they still did fantastic despite the low funds. I still think the 2007 version had stylish combat sequences and an authentic combat aesthetic, even though some of them lasted like 3 seconds. That along with the slice of life story was made with love and care by Madhouse, and that's something I can respect about it. If they didn't like that Munyon, I can only imagine how much the budget, if they had it, would have made the 07 version peak cinema. Oh my God! Toss me the lighter. Number two, the Netflix show has fantastic action, but questionable writing that had a whole different plot and butchered some characters, which was the biggest thing that annoyed the hell out of me about this version of DMC. The damn characters. Most, if not all, main characters got butchered. For example, Lady. Yeah, you, Miss Mary. In the games and 07 version, she was all right. But ooh, the Netflix version, she was a straight pain in my ass. Completely messed up her character. And don't even get me started on Dante. Oh, brother, if you're gonna have a different take on Dante, at least stick to the source material more. There's a clear difference between this man and this man. This Dante, the original, even in his youth in the early games, was confident, competent, charismatic, confidently playful, witty, cocky, but can back it up, had a magnetic personality, cool under pressure, and was a straight gangster in combat that knew how to flip the switch when need be. We saw Dante in the games go from lighthearted to an experienced pro who never lost a single brain cell throughout the entire thing and held frame no matter who he fought. This Dante, the Netflix version, was portrayed as more ignorant, naive, and straight up weak, despite being a quote-unquote experienced demon hunter. Not only did...
When it's cocky, but like they also have like that naive, they don't know everything. Or not, they don't know everything, but like, they don't know like the nuances. It's like, it gives a different vibe.
They butchered his character, but they butchered his power. In the Netflix version, Dante is far, and I mean far, weaker than he was in the games. Straight butchered, like disrespectfully butchered it. Ain't no way he should have been that damn weak. You came out of Sparta's ball sack. You telling me you can't dodge a tranquilizer? Get your weight up, little bro. We gonna have to take this Dante, put him in the backyard and make him do some suicides. When I first started the Netflix series, I had my hopes up because I know his true power and speed. So I was wondering wondering if he would still have it like he does in the games. In one scene in the beginning, the way Dante was moving in that shootout scene, you would have thought bro was still Hemi Bravo the whole damn series. It was the first time it showed Dante acting and moving a small fraction like he does in the games. Chat, y'all gotta understand, this nigga was moving so fast, he was shooting at himself alongside the ops thinking they're still shooting at him in another direction. Like, bruh, look at this.
Who are we shooting at?
That was the most disrespectful yet gangster move I ever seen a character do in a long time. Like, bro really wasted bullets just to pull off a joke mid-shootout.
And his gun sound different, you can tell.
Man, I love this dude. If that's Nerf Dante, then I can only imagine how much ass he would have had pinned on a wall if they incorporated his true strength and speed. I don't know if they trying to depict Dante's inexperienced fledgling years in this series.
Yeah, like, are they trying to be like what they was doing with the Batman movie, like the new one?
Or whatever, but damn, it was pissing me off how much his ass was on the wall instead of his ops. Cause dude, he's half Sparta. His combat was still good, but it wasn't in his proper greatness. It's like they put their foot on the pedal and started slowly taking it off. Him struggling a bit with some higher ranked demons in its human form, especially since it's a different depiction and it's not prime Dante, whatever, I'll give him that. However, he ain't have no business being manhandled by Lady of all people. I don't care what none of y'all say. Ain't no amount of anti-demon tech in the world should be able to consistently make this man a round of applause and get his ass clapped. Not once, but 4+ times. Like, do y'all not remember how much of a peewee she was to Dante in DMC3?
Right, no,
Devontae, we don't. YouTube is free.
I watched the clip.
And I don't want to hear nothing about Devontae. She got anti-demon bullets that blow him up on impact and all other types of crazy gadgets. She's a human being, limited to her human capabilities, even with tech. Dante is half.
Back at it like I never left. You feel me? Does he on YouTube? I'm not cutting that out. Argue with a wall.
Sparta. His mama had that legendary demon schlong shoot up her club and birth 2 units. God dang. Sound like only one freak came out that night. Dante's reflexes, strength, durability, and speed are something a regular human, even with tech, can never achieve. Not a single bullet by her or any other human should have touched him. That girl thinks she's Samus with that suit on. And even then, unlike her, Samus's body was altered. Just think about it. In other depictions, games, etc., he moves even dozens of times faster than this, which just adds more salt to my wound. Again, like I said, it's like they put their foot on the pedal and slowly started to take it off. As time went by, something started getting real fishy. You telling me one episode that man died?
Yeah, it gotta be like type thing where they address it directly or indirectly, like with his growth and stuff, or they give like a decent enough reason why he's been nerfed.
Dodging multiple bullets and humiliating his enemies, then later he's too slow to grab an amulet from a regular human being? Ay Dios mío! And what felt like even more of a punch to the nuts, how the hell was Dante not immediately turning Agni and Rudra into Swiss cheese? Bro had Devil Trigger and only got 1 KO. In DMC3, he was dog walking them without the Devil Trigger. Now they treated him like lil bro? Man, I could never. Bro in the games was literally surfboard, skating on his ops. Nigga, wasn't no tidal waves coming. There's a reason why Dante stands at the top of the video game powerhouse with many others, and I hope they incorporate that more as time progresses with this other Dante, cause geez, he needs more power. Yes, Virgil, he does.
Talk about
honestly, Chad, this show is an alternate adaptation. So despite its many cons and pros, I still enjoyed it and have decided to look at it in a positive light, especially since it's non-canon. Because if it was canon, we ride at dawn.
More upset,
my bad. I don't know where that came from. Anywho, let's not blow this version's house down just yet. Keep that big bad wolf in chains. Seriously. Think about it. It's a different take on the story and characters. It's basically a different timeline. Virgil ain't motivated yet. This Dante don't got Ebony and Ivory yet, which we're getting in season 2. This Dante was given room for a lot of character development. This Dante has room for growth combat-wise, even though he should not have been getting thrown around like a rag doll most of the season. The show was still great to watch in my opinion. I personally enjoyed it. Yeah, it's got some very questionable parts, but I feel like the internet always looks into the negative of things more than the positives. Somebody gotta always just point out the negatives.
I feel like that's all people though. We much easier gravitate to like the negative because the positive is considered a good thing, so there's nothing to change. So people don't feel the need to be have gratitude or grateful for it. But if it's a negative, it's something that we can change or fix. So now we're like, oh, let's get on that.
That's why I'm excited for season 2, but I'm preparing my mind for it to either make my tail wag or piss me off.
Hey, listen.
Great vid by Devontae, man. Excellent vid. As always, make sure y'all boys subscribe, turn on that bell, both on YouTube and Twitch. Check the link in the description for the com. We can do joint reactions. We do all types of in the com. So make sure you tap in. Make sure you do your 3 good deeds. Grab you a handful of grass. Get some sun. And drink some water. That's gonna be all from me though. Peace.